All right, guys, let's look at this question. Remember, we read our question first. It says, what change, if any, should be made to the highlighted word? Well, we know automatically when that is our question, we locate the highlighted word, which in this case for us, it is right here. It says which. We read a little bit above, a little bit below, highlight clues, and think about what I know. Well, the only thing I can see here from the picture, you guys have the ability, you see this gray bar here? When you're taking the interims, or here in a little while, in a couple weeks, we'll start taking what's called classrooms or little mini versions of the interims. You can actually click on this gray bar and move it up and down to read the passage. So if you feel like you want to read more on top of the highlighted word, all you have to do is click this gray bar and slide up, just like we do on a Google slide when we're going side to side to look at videos or pictures that are to the side of the assignment, okay? So what I've got here, it says, Meskwaki Tribal Center's website. It describes a community dinner, which will talk about keeping Earth beautiful for using less paper and plastic. Okay, so this word for, we're going to address in the next question. It does sound off, but there's something about this word that is off as well. So we're having to choose which word do we think makes the most sense here. It describes a community dinner, which will talk about keeping Earth beautiful, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so on this website, it's talking about a dinner. At that dinner, they're going to talk about keeping the Earth beautiful. So we're choosing which one do we think is the best word for describing the idea of talking about keeping the Earth beautiful at this dinner. So it describes a community dinner which will talk about keeping the Earth beautiful. It describes a community dinner where we'll talk about keeping Earth beautiful. It describes a community dinner that will talk about keeping Earth beautiful. Or it describes a community dinner who will talk about keeping the Earth beautiful. Well, I can already tell you that it's not going to be who, because who is a person and a community dinner is not a person. Okay, so that's one that I can automatically throw out. It's also not going to be that. And this is because it says it describes a community dinner that will talk about keeping Earth beautiful. That is where I'm referring to, like, that belongs to her. Or would you do that for me? We're describing usually an action or an object. And in this place, we're talking about kind of a place almost. We're talking about going to this dinner. And I want you to think about a big fancy dinner. Okay, it's going to be in some sort of hotel ballroom, or maybe at the community center, or maybe at the courthouse. So it's a place. When we're talking about place, which word makes the most sense? Which or where? Where? Where is going to be the one that makes the most sense, because we're talking about going to this community dinner where we're going to talk about keeping the Earth beautiful. Okay, where it's describing this place where we're going to go. We're going to go to this place. We're going to have this dinner and we're going to talk about these things. So my best choice here is where.